In a thrilling encounter, a courageous 19-year-old young boy faced off against a formidable great white shark. With nerves of steel and a heart full of determination, he embarked on a daring adventure that would test his mettle like never before. The scene was an epic battle between man and beast as the young boy prepared to defy the odds. Richard Dawson had always felt a strong pull towards the ocean. The vast expanse of water mesmerized him, captivating his senses and stirring a deep sense of curiosity within his soul. From a young age, Richard would spend hours gazing at the rolling waves, imagining the wonders beneath the surface. As he grew older, Richard's fascination with the ocean only intensified. He would eagerly devour books and documentaries about growing up in the coastal town of Port Haven. He would spend his days watching the waves as they crashed against the shore, his mind filled with dreams of the adventures beneath the surface. His fascination with marine life led him to study marine biology at the local university. As a result, he became known amongst his friends as the Ocean Whisperer, due to his uncanny ability to communicate with sea creatures. One sweltering summer morning in 1992, a call came to Richard that would change his life forever. A local fisherman had reported a series of unusual shark sightings in the waters off Port Haven. These were not just any sharks. They were great white sharks, the ocean's apex predators. Spotting them so close to shore was a rarity that sent the entire town into a state of panic. Richard, feeling a strong sense of determination, embarked on his investigation. Armed with extensive knowledge and profound respect for these magnificent creatures, he embarked on his small boat, aptly named the Aqua Explorer. He had hoped to study the sharks and, if necessary, guide them away from the populated areas to ensure the safety of his community. A palpable tension filled the air as he sailed further from the shore. The ocean, which had always been his trusted companion, suddenly transformed into a treacherous and unpredictable beast. He couldn't help but think of the stories he had heard about great white sharks. These stories depicted them as relentless hunters with rows of razor-sharp teeth. The day had been hot and the sun had beaten down relentlessly. Richard scanned the horizon, his eyes meticulously sweeping across the vast expanse as he fervently searched for any minuscule hint or indication of the elusive predators that lurked within the shadows. Hours passed without any luck, and his determination started to wane. He considered turning back as fear gripped him, causing doubts to arise about the possibility of the sharks having moved on, or perhaps never even being present in the first place. Just as he was on the verge of giving up hope, a massive shadow suddenly emerged from beneath his boat. Richard's heart raced as he peered over the edge and saw a great white shark that was easily 20 feet long. The powerful dorsal fin of the creature sliced through the water with the precision of a knife, captivating Richard as its cold, lifeless eyes locked onto his own. At that moment, fear coursed through Richard's veins, but he refused to let it paralyze him. Richard's veins pulsed with an overwhelming surge of fear, yet he steadfastly resisted succumbing to its paralyzing grip. He reminded himself that he had trained for this. Slowly, he reached for his underwater communication equipment and started sending out a series of clicks and whistles, attempting to establish a connection with the formidable creature. To his astonishment, the shark responded. He was taken aback as the shark, in an unexpected turn of events, actually responded. It slowed its approach and cautiously circled the boat. Richard continued communicating, attempting to convey that he meant no harm and was solely present to comprehend and safeguard these magnificent creatures. Hours transformed into days as an unlikely bond was formed between Richard and the great white shark. He named the shark Titan because of its sheer size and strength. They communicated in a way transcending language, as a silent understanding was shared between two beings from different worlds. As the days continued to pass, Richard's mission underwent a gradual evolution. He wasn't simply present to study the sharks. His purpose encompassed safeguarding them from the perils presented by humans. He was aware that the persistent fear in the town had the potential to result in the hunting or killing of the sharks. Richard, filled with determination, returned to Port Haven. He embarked on a mission to educate the townspeople about the crucial significance of coexisting with the apex predators. He organized public seminars, where he shared his experiences and knowledge with the attendees. Additionally, he successfully convinced the local authorities to establish protected zones for the sharks. Over time, the town's perception of the great white sharks gradually shifted. They were no longer seen as mindless killers, but regarded as vital components of the ocean's delicate ecosystem. Richard's passion and dedication had transformed him into a local hero. He was the boy who had fearlessly confronted his fears and established an unparalleled bond with the ocean's most dreaded predator. Richard's bond with Titan grew stronger and more unbreakable as the years passed. They continued communicating, their friendship serving as a testament to the untamed beauty of the ocean. Richard had faced the greatest challenge of his life, but amidst the adversity, he had discovered his life's purpose. A profound realization ignited a fire within him, compelling him to take action. His newfound calling was to protect the creatures he held dear and safeguard the untamed wonders of the ocean for generations yet to come. In the end, the conflict was resolved, not through violence or fear, but through the power of understanding and compassion. Richard accomplished his mission, leaving a legacy forever changing how his town and the world saw the great white sharks. His story had become a beacon of hope, serving as a potent reminder that in the untamed world of the ocean, even the most formidable adversaries had the potential to transform into unlikely allies. Several years had passed, and Richard's tireless efforts had successfully transformed Port Haven into a beacon of marine conservation. Tourists flocked to the town as they were eager to witness the incredible work that was being done to protect the great white sharks. Richard had become a globally recognized advocate for marine life, and his research on shark behavior had been published in prestigious scientific journals. One brisk autumn morning, Richard stood on the shore, gazing out at the ocean's expanse. The waves were crashing against the rocks, reminding him of the untamed world he had come to love. The presence of Titan had gradually diminished, indicating that he thrived in the sheltered waters. Richard couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment as he reflected on the fact that he had played a significant role in ensuring the survival of these magnificent creatures. Richard contemplated the future as the sun lay below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant orange and pink hues. He dreamed of expanding his conservation efforts and exploring new frontiers in marine biology. Richard, a man with an insatiable curiosity, was relentlessly determined to unravel the countless enigmas that the vast ocean held within its depths. One day, while Richard was out on a research expedition, he received an unexpected message from a fellow marine biologist. A new species of deep-sea shark was discovered in the uncharted waters off the coast. The groundbreaking finds required Richard's expertise to study and protect these elusive creatures. With a sense of excitement coursing through his veins, Richard was preparing for the expedition. He was aware that this new venture would bring with it a unique set of challenges and dangers, but he was ready to confront them directly. The irresistible call of the untamed ocean beckoned Richard, filling him with eagerness to once again dive into the depths. As Richard set out on the research vessel, the wind whipped through his hair, and he felt a renewed sense of purpose. The untamed world awaited, brimming with mysteries and wonders that surpassed the limits of human imagination. He had been a boy who had once faced a great white shark, and now he was a man who was destined to explore the uncharted territories of the ocean. And so the journey of Richard Dawson continued, serving as a testament to his unwavering passion, unyielding determination, and profound reverence for the untamed beauty that enveloped the natural world. His story inspired others to embark on their own adventures and protect and preserve the wonders that lay beneath the surface. In the heart of every explorer, there was the untamed spirit of discovery, beating vigorously, always ready to face any challenge that came their way and uncover the secrets of the world's last true wilderness, the ocean. The year was 1995, and the sun was hanging high over the coastal town of Port Haven, nestled on the rugged shores of South Africa. Port Hamora, a picturesque fishing village, had been renowned for its pristine beaches and untamed beauty. The waves crashed against the cliffs as they sent salty mist sprays into the air. This place had been called home by generations of fishermen, whose livelihoods had been intertwined with the ebb and flow of the ocean. The town's history reverberated through the weathered lighthouses and the fisherman's wharf, which stood tall as a testament to the unwavering resilience of the individuals who had successfully tamed the untamed sea. Brandon Sullivan, a 19-year-old with an unwavering passion for the ocean, stood firmly at the edge of the weathered dock. His steadfast gaze remained steadfastly fixed upon the distant horizon, where the vast expanse of the sea seamlessly melded with the ethereal sky above. His piercing blue eyes held a boundless curiosity, and his sun-kissed hair spoke of countless days he had spent under the relentless sun. Captain Daniel McGregor, with a grizzled beard and eyes, had seen the fiercest storms and approached Brandon. He said to the lad, his voice carrying the weight of years spent at sea, that he had that look. He had the same look he had when he was their age, chasing wonders beneath the waves. Brandon turned and faced his mentor, feeling excitement and determination coursing through his veins. The captain had heard the stories, the presence of the great white shark that prowled those waters. Brandon expressed his desire to witness the captivating spectacle of the ocean firsthand, yearning to delve deep into the depths and unravel the untamed essence pulsating within its very core. Captain McGregor regarded Brandon with pride and caution, his eyes scanning the young recruit's features as he assessed his potential. As the lad observed, the great white shark was a force of nature. It was not a game, and it was not a tale to be taken lightly, but the assistant stood by his side if Brandon was set on that course. They faced the untamed together. With a firm nod, they began their journey towards the waiting trawler, the Sea Serpent, an old vessel that had withstood the test of time and had bravely faced numerous storms. The salt-tinged wind was whipping through Brandon's hair as the boat cut through the waves, leaving the safety of the shoreline behind. As the day wore on, the sea grew increasingly restless, its surface becoming increasingly marred by the formation of white-capped waves. The tension on the Sea Serpent was palpable as the crew silently acknowledged the unknown ahead. The hunting grounds of the great white shark were located in uncharted territory, where the depths plunged to abysses unseen by human eyes. Hours were stretched into days as the crew's eyes scanned the horizon diligently, desperately searching for any sign of the predator. Brandon's excitement was mingling with a sense of foreboding. The ocean proved to be a cruel mistress, as she would only reveal her secrets to those whom she deemed worthy. On the third dawn since their departure, an event occurred. A monstrous and primeval shadow emerged from the depths, slicing through the water like a blade through silk with its dorsal fin. The great white shark, a living relic of prehistoric times, had discovered them. The crew was filled with awe and terror as they watched the immense creature circling the Sea Serpent. Its eyes, as black as the abyss, held their gaze while its movements were deliberate and calculated. Brandon's heart was racing, and his breath came in ragged bursts. This was the moment that he had both anticipated and feared. Brandon prepared himself to confront the formidable great white shark with a determination forged in the crucible of the sea. Clad in a wetsuit, he armed himself with a harpoon and a camera before descending into the churning waters. The ocean swallowed him whole, enveloping his entire being in its vast expanse, as its cold embrace provided a stark contrast to the relentless heat of the scorching sun that loomed overhead. Through the swirling currents, he found himself locking eyes with the beast. The dance of predator and prey unfolded before their eyes, a mesmerizing ballet of survival in the untamed depths. Brandon's movements were executed with precision as he propelled himself through the water with each stroke of his flippers. His exceptional training was evident in every graceful motion he made. The minutes were stretched into hours as the struggle continued relentlessly and fiercely. The great white shark, a titan of instinct and muscle, matched Brandon's every move. In the underwater arena, two forces of nature collided, engaging in a battle of wits and a clash of worlds. As the sun lay below the horizon, casting the world into twilight, the battle was reaching its climax. Exhausted but resolute, Brandon, with sheer determination, landed a harpoon in a strategic strike, successfully piercing the flank of the great white shark. He took a calculated risk, making it his final gambit. The wounded and weary behemoth retreated into the depths from whence it had come. Brandon ascended, his chest heaved, and his body was battered but alive. The sea tested him, pushing him to his limits. And in that crucible, he emerged victorious. Back on the Sea Serpent, the night sky was adorned with a mesmerizing display of stars, casting a celestial glow upon the scene. Captain McGregor, a seasoned seafarer with a weathered hand, firmly placed it on Brandon's shoulder, establishing a connection between them. They had stared into the abyss, facing the untamed, and had emerged stronger for it. Brandon's gaze lingered on the horizon as a newfound understanding began to take hold in his eyes. With its capricious and unfathomable nature, the ocean held its mysteries close, revealing them only to those willing to listen. On that night, as the waves rocked the trawler, Brandon Sullivan was transformed into a mentor in his own right. He emerged as a young man who had fearlessly confronted the untamed forces of nature and emerged victorious, ready to recount his extraordinary tale. The summer of 1995 would forever be etched in the memories of the residents of Port Hamora as they witnessed a remarkable event unfold. It was during this time that Brandon, with unwavering determination, stood fearlessly face to face with a majestic great white shark. In a display of sheer bravery, he demonstrated that the untamed heart of the ocean could be both awe-inspiring and merciless. Brandon's story will be told for generations, as it stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who sought to understand the wild. The incident unfolded along the sun-drenched shores of Kaikoura, New Zealand, in the summer of 2005. The golden sands of Wiley Beach stretched out beneath towering palm trees, while the vibrant hues of the Pacific Ocean beckoned with promises of adventure. The O'Reilly family, who had been eagerly anticipating their vacation, found themselves fully immersed in the tropical paradise. Each day was filled with the warm embrace of the sun, the invigorating rush of the surf, and the delightful fragrance of plumeria blossoms permeating the air. Felix Riley, a spirited 19-year-old, reveled in the thrill of the waves and the allure of the deep sea. However, a shadow was looming over the azure waters as a formidable great white shark had been sighted in the vicinity, casting a pall over the idyllic vacation. When Felix's parents, John and Margaret, received word of this peril, their once carefree holiday took a difficult turn. Determined to protect their family and fellow vacationers, Felix embarked on a mission to see if the sharks were really there. The sun appeared low in the sky, casting long shadows over the O'Reilly family as they strolled along the shoreline. With its fine white sand and crystalline waters, Wela Beach appeared to be a slice of paradise nestled in the heart of Kaikoura. Seagulls were wheeling overhead, their calls mingled with the distant laughter of children building sandcastles. Margaret's laughter resounded as the gentle breeze carried it away. John was overjoyed as he couldn't believe they were there. John grinned as he wrapped his arm around his wife's waist. Maggie and John dreamed of something, and it was everything they had hoped for. Felix was walking a few paces ahead. His eyes were fixed on the horizon. The ocean stretched out endlessly, its vast expanse of blues and greens creating a mesmerizing canvas that appeared to reach out and embrace the sky in a distant and ethereal union. His heart was racing with anticipation as the call of the sea ran deep within his veins. Felix's longing for the water grew even stronger as the days continued. He rose with the dawn, slipping from the rented beach house while his parents still slumbered. The waves warmly welcomed him, embracing him like a long-lost companion, as their rhythmic motion serenaded his very being with a familiar lullaby that reverberated deep within his soul. As the sun was setting on their 5th vacation day, a hushed murmuring was spreading through the village. Felix's ears caught wind of tales concerning a shadow lurking beneath the waves, a presence that had the power to stir the ocean's depths. The villagers often spoke of a great white shark that was regarded as a legend and a force of nature, commanding respect and fear. Felix's heart quickened as he felt a surge of adrenaline coursing through his veins. The sea, which had once been a source of solace for him, now presented a challenge that he could not ignore. Upon hearing the whispers, his parents exchanged worried glances. Margaret declared that they couldn't stay idle, her gaze firmly fixed on Felix as he stood at the water's edge, his eyes unwaveringly focused on the distant horizon. They needed to do something. John nodded, his jaw firmly set in determination. They assured Maggie that they would find a way. They always did. That night, as the moon hung low, casting silvery ripples on the water, John sought out Captain Samuel Murphy, a weathered figure known to have faced sharks in his youth. Huddled over charts, the team traced the ocean's depths, meticulously mapping out a plan to track down the elusive predator. The following day, as the sky blushed with the first light of dawn, the O'Reilly family was boarding the Sea Surge, a fishing vessel being captained by Murphy himself. The air crackled with a potent blend of apprehension and determination as they ventured into the uncharted realm, braving the unknown. Days would turn into nights as the relentless rhythm of the sea merged with the pulse of their mission. Fresh hope was brought each morning, and weary yet determined faces were seen each evening. Felix, whose hair was kissed by the salt, and whose eyes held the wisdom of the ocean, scanned the horizon with tireless determination. On a mist-shrouded morning, a hushed gasp swept through the crew as they were enveloped in an eerie silence. There it stood, the unmistakable silhouette of Leviathan, a living legend as it sliced through the waves. The air was heavy with anticipation as the Sea Surge closed in. Felix's heart was thundering as he stood at the bow, gripping the harpoon tightly. Captain Murphy's steady presence at his side comforted him, constantly reminding them that they were not alone amid the battle. The sea was roaring its approval, creating a symphony of nature's sounds. The power of the clash between man and shark reverberated through the vessel. Harpoons were flying through the air, with each strike serving as a testament to the unyielding spirit of the individuals who dared to challenge the shark. The final blow struck in a moment that seemed to stretch for eternity, and the shark succumbed to the relentless assault. Once a symbol of fear, the great beast lay still in the sea's embrace. The Sea Surge experienced a profound calm settling over it as the waters stilled. With their faces etched with exhaustion and triumph, the crew gazed upon the foe they had conquered. The victory was achieved not only over the shark, but also the fear threatening to cast a shadow over their well-deserved vacation. Returning to the shores of Whaley Beach, the O'Reilly family was met with cheers and applause as their story became woven into the tapestry of Kaikoura's rich maritime history. With his eyes reflecting the boundless expanse of the sea, Felix not only safeguarded his family but also became a hero to the island community. In the following years, Felix O'Reilly's tale and battle against the shark was told and retold, serving as a testament to the indomitable spirit of a 19-year-old boy who transformed a simple vacation into an unforgettable adventure. As the waves continued their eternal dance with the shore, none could forget the day when a young man, with unwavering determination, stared down the greatest adversary of the deep, thereby leaving an indelible mark on the sands of Kaikoura.